don't know why, but minding your own business really pisses people off. When you're quiet and to yourself, the first thing people are going to say is you're mean, you're stuck up, you're rude. Why do I have to be all those things? Because I don't want to talk to you. Maybe I just like being to myself.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
If you got a 9 to 5, bro, go to work and get your money. You ain't at work to goddamn be messy, make friends, talk about every goddamn body and their mama. Like, bro, you there to make money. Like, I don't understand why everybody that got a job, bro, like, every time I go to a job, motherfucker be messy as a motherfucker. Man, then don't be talking to nobody. Motherfucker swear you fucking every goddamn body, bro. Like, man, mind your business, bro. Why the fuck what I do bothers you? Why would I do bother you, bro? Leave me the fuck alone, gang. Motherfucker just walk up on you telling you some shit that you don't even want to fucking hear. Like, oh, you know I seen goddamn such and such out there smoking weed in the parking lot. I'm gonna go tell HR. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck what they doing. And you green the hell for going to tell on these folks. What the hell, what they doing got to do with you? Like, what is you gonna benefit off of telling on the motherfucker at work, bro? Like, y'all be too damn investing in the other motherfucker lives at work and shit, bro. Like, that shit messy for. Don't do that shit to me, because I ain't the one. I will whoop your motherfucking ass when we clock out. And I don't give a fuck about getting fired. Bitch, I not quit plenty jobs when the rent would due. You think I give a fuck about a motherfucker firing me? Fuck that shit, nigga. Shit, I not quit job when I wasn't supposed to.
A work environment doesn't have to be hostile. If management would tell the people who aren't minding their business to mind their business and stop telling the people who are minding their business to engage with said people who aren't minding their business, and we know for sure they're not minding their business because you talking to me about something that's my business and they shouldn't be in my business and know to tell you my business.
Coworkers who get mad because you're simply minding your business and you just focus on working and clocking in and clocking out are haters, because they wish they had the resilience that you have of just focusing on your bread and getting to the bag and minding your business. They wish they had that. So that's why they hate on you. And it's crazy because you don't have to say nothing to them and they will report you to HR because they feel like your behavior or the way you're acting is passive aggressive. How is me minding my business and not saying anything to you is passive aggressive? It's like you want to find a reason to beef with me or argue with me or start a problem with me. I'm just here to work and get my money and leave. And that's it. You making it into a problem, making it into a big deal, and I don't like that. I like working at a job where I'm peaceful at and I'm respected at and I don't gotta do too much.
There needs to be a case study done on coworkers who get offended because you're just minding your business. Like, nowhere in my job description does it state that we have to be friends.
Companies and managers will tell you that they're open to feedback, that they're open to hearing anything that you might think they could be doing better. But the moment that somebody speaks up about something, whatever it is, whether it's a process or something that's just frustrating them overall, something that's been happening on the team, you'll notice that this person will be labeled as difficult. This person will be labeled as someone that's not really a team player, just these little terms that they like to use in the workplace, basically saying that somebody is speaking up a little bit too much and they don't like it. And honestly, this team member is usually the same one or two people, always speaking up for the whole team because they know how the team is really feeling. They've seen the frustrations. They're trying to defend the team, but they're not getting any backup. And the reality is the team isn't going to back you up because most likely they're also frustrated at the fact that they probably once used to speak up too, and nobody was listening to them, and they're over it. They're over trying to provide feedback that nobody really cares about. So they're at a point where they're just going to do the job, and that's just all they're going to do. They're not going to try to better the process. They're not going to try to call out leadership or managers and say, this is not working, this makes no sense. They're just going to do their job now because they're tired of trying to give the feedback that they say that they're willing to listen to, but nobody's actually listening to.
Can I come on here and vent? Like, the downfall of a company will always be its management. Managers will always be the downfall of a company. And I'm going to say it one time. It don't matter how many employees that you chase away. It does not change the fact that your employees outnumber the manager. So even when you get rid of us, you're going to have to hire some more to replace us. Wouldn't it make more sense for you just to do your employees right? Huh? These managers, they liars. They throw their managerial role in your face as if they're above you. No, bitch. You started at the same place that I started at. Except for you took a manager's test and you went through manager training and you just became a manager. That does not mean you have the ability to lead. And I'm going to tell you something else. Just because you have the ability to take a test, that just means you're not dumb. That just means you're not illiterate. That just means you have the ability to understand. Again, that does not mean you have the ability to lead a team to success. You understand me? These managers, they're pathetic. They're pathetic, and they be afraid that the people that work below them know the job better than they do. They be afraid that the people that work below them, like their employees, can show them up. Newsflash! Just like you got the job, so did we. Just like you started from where we're at, yeah, we're successful at where we're at. And I'm going to tell you something else. Managers also be embarrassed when their employees make more than them. You done stepped into a salary role to where you're capped out. It don't matter how much overtime you do. It don't matter how many long days you work. It don't matter how many days you work. As an hourly employee, we got the ability to clock bank, and your bank stops when you cap out. Managers be having underlining hate for their employees. I said it once and I said it again. I think that they jealous to some degree, and I feel like they show that jealousy in their authority. They ain't nothing but a bunch of bitches. You know what I mean? And I'm saying this with confidence, and I stand behind everything that I say. Managers, again, just because you passed a manager's test does not mean you have the ability to lead. All that means that you have the ability to read and understand the questions on the test. Managers need to take their role a little bit more seriously if they want to retain employees.
Okay, so boom, I'm running into work today because I was running a little late, and my job is super secure. You gotta like badge in, badge out. All the doors are like locked, so you got a badge for everything. I badge in. It's a guy behind me. He come in, and then security sit a few feet away from the door. I say good morning. I go to my elevator, go to my floor. On my lunch, I come back down. Security was like, hey, Carolyn, I just wanted to remind you, just in case no one told you, that we can't let other people in. And I was like, I didn't let nobody in. And he was like, yeah, this morning, the guy behind you. I said, I didn't let him in. I badged myself in, and he came in after me. And he was like, well, you know, normally we would want somebody to turn around and say, hey, can you please badge in or whatever? And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like, this is ridiculous. You are security. You sat at that door. You didn't even get up. If he was going to hurt somebody and I turn around and be like, hey, sir, do you work here? Can you badge in? Wouldn't I be the first to get hurt? Y'all tell me what y'all would have done. Seriously, would y'all have like stopped the guy at the door like you security or something? Security is a few feet away from the door. Why didn't he get up? Would y'all have stopped him and be like, no, sir, can you please badge yourself in? Let me hurry up and close this door. I don't do stuff like that. Like, I don't, what? No, sorry. I mind my business. That's why they hired you.
Hey, let me say this too. This video for all you black managers and black supervisors and black leads. We about tired of y'all ass. Now, to all the white people and all the other races, y'all can tap into this for everybody. But right now, we talking about the black folks right now. But y'all can chime in on this too and speak on y'all race too in the comments. Let me start off by saying I hate all of y'all. And let me tell you the crazy part about it. The one that be the manager and the supervisor and the lead and think they run everything and run everybody and own the whole warehouse, they be the one that been lame their whole entire life. They been lame, ain't never had no motion, couldn't dress, didn't look good, always ugly, and such on. Never had no girlfriend or never had no boyfriend, always broke, shit on themselves in school, pissed on themselves in the bed. All I always have been bums. If you think taking their position gonna unlame you and you think you gonna tell me what to do when I used to beat your ass in school, nigga, you got another thing coming. I didn't respect you in school or in the streets. What make you think I'm gonna respect you because you're a manager? And will get to me now. This is a crazy part to get to me. They'll take the manager, supervisor, or lead position, right, and act like they God, then threaten your job. Oh, I fire you. I write you up. Well, what you waiting on then? Go ahead. I don't care about no write up. Who said I'm trying to retire here anyway? Write me up. I'm gonna find another job. And not only that, I'm gonna catch you outside of work and whoop your ass. And we gonna see if that job gonna pay your doctor bill. How about that? Y'all know I ain't lying. Y'all know these folk getting out of control when they get in any positions. Like, bro, bro, we just had a talk yesterday. Now you're a manager the next day. Now you don't know me? You don't know me? Boy, I'm finna go tell everything you did yesterday, and I'm gonna go tell them that you be selling. Yeah.
Of course, I wouldn't think about accidentally falling down the stairs, so I could have a few quiet days in the hospital instead of going to work today. Like, that would be weird, right?
I quit my job yesterday, and I feel great. I feel free. In a period now of taking risks, I was so miserable at my last 2 jobs. Like, I just knew in my soul that this was not right for me. And I used to be so sad every day because I have creative passions. I have other dreams that I always put on the back burner because I felt like I had to have a real professional job. I needed to make a lot of money. All of that and all of that misery has just pushed me to the point of like, fuck it. Like, why am I busting my ass every day for somebody else to sell someone else's products and make them rich, to bring them a ton of revenue? If I'm gonna be busting my ass, I wanna do it for myself, for things that I like, for things that I am passionate about. I am betting on myself at this point. A year ago, I never thought I'd be in this position. I never thought I'd be willing to do what I'm willing to do now. Never thought I'd be willing to take the risks that I'm willing to take now. We're not getting any younger. If you hate your job, if you are unhappy at your job, let this be your sign. Make a plan, quit that job.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
Sometimes you gotta call off and have you a mental health day, you know? I can't work today. I got a lot of shit on my mind. I need to just be able to focus and think, you know? You wouldn't understand. I need to be off work just to think.
And one thing about it, them coworkers be real fucking mad that you know how to make your paycheck work, and it works for you. Meanwhile, they're working paycheck to paycheck, and they don't know how the fuck they finna pay all their motherfucking bills. Baby, I'm so motherfucking sorry. They be mad that you coming to work cute, nails done, hair done, driving a nice car and all that, and they trying to figure out, well, how's she making this work if we making the same amount? And that's why they be at them jobs specifically telling y'all to stop explaining and stop telling people how much motherfucking money you make.
My fiance's new job is so great that it sounds like what a child would think a job is. We have a dedicated snack drawer. We get to wear slippers all day. And then Cynthia brought in kittens for us to play with. Meanwhile, I work at Walmart, so my day's like, somebody pooped in the urinal again. A homeless man called me a bucket of bitch. Not sure what that means, but it hurt my feelings, so I cried in the bathroom for about a half hour. Sounds like we both had a pretty fun day, though.
I feel like a study needs to be done on why women supervisors are bitches. Like, it's just simple like that. Why the fuck do they act the way they do? It's the way you act. It's the way you act. So one thing about me, I always come off as like extremely happy. I'm always smiling. They call me smiley at work. Like, you always smiling. And it's like, yeah, that's just me. That's the type of person I am. So the thing with that really bothers a lot of people. I've been dealing with this for years, because it'll be people who's miserable and be like, why the fuck is she always smiling? Like, and they just won't like you just because of that. They don't got nothing to do with nothing, but they mad because you always happy. So I've learned over the years how to deal with that. Like, I pay that shit no mind, and I'll smile at you too. Like, hi, good morning. Like, I'm like that. So I've been noticing like a certain supervisor likes to nitpick. So the thing is, I don't know if she's doing it with everybody else or just me, but I don't give a fuck about what you do with everybody else. You gonna fucking respect me. So I do not care if you're a supervisor. If you ask me a dumb question, like it's an obvious answer, like you ask me something and it's like you trying to be annoying by even asking me that, I will stare right at you. I don't give an answer back. Like, I know you're looking for an answer. I don't. I will stare at you like this. I just look, and then we'll both be looking at each other because I know you're expecting an answer. I won't answer you. I have nothing to say. So, and I did that yesterday. So the person I was working with yesterday, he peeped that this lady just kept nitpicking at me. So he was like, did you do something to her? I said, I didn't do nothing to nobody. I just got here a few months ago. I just learned her name the other day. So he was just like, and I said, but what made you say that? He was like, I don't know. I just see. I said, okay, because I thought I was bugging. Now that I see that somebody else realized I'm not bugging. So the thing with me is, if you're nitpicking at stuff, you're harassing me, I will EEO that ass. You're not going to bother me. Because now I got to take a different approach. I can't be cursing everybody out. Had to have a talk with myself like, Kenny, you can't just curse these people out. I'm just gonna report you because you're not gonna be fucking bothering me. You're not gonna be bothering me because you're just not. Like, women supervisors just be having an attitude for no reason. Why do you have an attitude? Why? You don't know me. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is the problem? Why do they act like this? And usually I always check it. But then the shit about you checking your supervisors, now you got beef. Now the other supervisors might not like you. So because I'm somewhere new, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to do this different now. I can't. But it's like, I'm itching to say something because you're not gonna keep fucking disrespecting me. You're not. I hate being in positions like this. Because what I want to do, I'm trying to refrain from doing.
Some of y'all supervisors are not going to let you get promoted. If you're trying to figure out why you jumped through all the hoops and you still haven't been promoted, here's why. Oftentimes, you're probably the only person that knows how to do your supervisor's job, and holding on to you as an employee means that that person gets to keep their job as laid back and comfortable as possible. And if this is happening to you, you can expect not to be promoted. That means that they're not talking about your great works. They're not sharing it with the right people, and they're certainly not recommending you for promotions. Not because you're a horrible employee, but because you're a great one.
Listen, I want to talk about the work bullies, mainly in the healthcare field. Like, what's the problem? We all wiping ass. We all doing the same job, different times, different clients, but we're doing the same job duties. I'm not understanding just because I'm the new girl on the block. Why the fuck y'all think y'all can bully me? At 1A, tell the nurse, I'm not helping her do anything. Like, what, girl? I'm new. You ain't gonna help me. Why you don't want to help me? She didn't help me because I had the easier set. The nurse knew that the lady didn't like that set, but yet the nurse tried to set me up to stand up for myself, I guess, to get in an argument with the lady or what, but I didn't do that. I just told her, call the nurse, because I ain't got time for this. I can go back home. Can y'all help me? And also the little tag-alongs. Nobody don't want to stand up and speak for other people. I'm not understanding. Y'all just tag along. I guess because y'all all been there longer and you don't want to fall out with that person. I don't know. It happened numerous of times. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. Numerous of times. And you know how they say new level, new devil? It's to the point where I already see it. I know what spirit they operating in. I already see it. So it's to the point where I just leave a job now. I'm not even finna go through that. I'm not understanding this shit. Like, what's the problem?
She's funny, honestly. We are all wiping ass. It's true, though. It's true. And yet other people think that they are better than you. We get the same pay. We do the same nasty job. What's the issue? But a lot of people are just unhappy in their personal lives, and they have to make other people unhappy just as well. That's pretty much what it is. They're unhappy, and they want other people to feel their pain. But for real, though, it's not going to fly. It's just not going to fly.
If I say I hate my manager, my friends always, without a doubt, ask, well, is she? And I go, yeah. She is a middle-aged white woman. Why are the most diabolical, evil, sinister managers middle-aged white women? I have to know. I really do. I want to know what happens. What training do they go to become this insufferable? And I'll piggyback on top of that. Why is it always the ones who hate interacting with people? Like, they don't know how to communicate. Dare I say they have no idea how to read the room. And yet they are always the ones that are the managers. And they always have the audacity. And I want it to stop. So I would love if all of my sprightly Caucasian divas would really think to themselves, what kind of manager do I envision myself being? And another thing, if you don't like to talk to other people and interact with people and you're a manager, I think that you should be in finance. I think that you should just focus on the accounts, click away on your computer, and zip it. I don't think you need to be harassing people and dealing with others. Thank you so much. Scram.
If the biggest problem in your professional space is staff morale, no, it's not. When you look at the problem this way, it implies that the attitude of your staff is the issue. But it's a result. Human beings and laborers are not inherently miserable. So if your entire staff is miserable, there's a problem that needs fixing. Which is why Jeans Friday or a pizza party isn't going to fix morale. In fact, in a lot of cases, it will in fact worsen morale. Because there is at least one person in that office who has expressed what the problem is to you. So now not only do they have the original problem, but they feel completely unheard because you're missing the point. Staff morale is not an issue. It is the result of concerns about issues going unheard.
Managers can be assholes at work, but get a pass because they're stressed out or because they're under pressure. But if we came to work and showed you how stressed out we are, we all getting fired.
I can't lie. Why do jobs get mad when you want to mind your own business? Like, your coworkers will tell you basically every part of their personal life. But as soon as you don't want to tell them nothing about what you got going on, they start tripping. Like, gang, I'm just here to make my money, fake laugh, and go back to the crib. Oh, and it's worse when you the most quietest one at work. Then I don't know why, but when you so quiet, they get triggered.
So I was always the type of person in the workplace that I never started anything, but I would definitely finish it. But then that kind of shot me in the foot and I wasn't getting anywhere. So I decided to go on my unbothered journey, like kind of just learn to mature, just kind of just be at peace, basically, in a nutshell. And then I discovered that people are bothered by you being unbothered. And people want to say that you think you're better because basically now you like to rock solo dolo. But they're offended by that. Everybody's always offended by something. They want to misunderstand you. They want you to be something that like causes a ruckus or something, even when you're not. So basically, in a nutshell, you're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't.
I want to give you 3 ways to mind your business at work. There are so many reasons that minding your business at work matter. The first thing is that it could have a detrimental impact on how people view you or your reputation at your company. The second is the more people know about you, the more they can use it against you. It's kind of like the cops, like, right? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. So the more that you're saying, the more ammunition you are giving people if things go wrong. So one of the ways to combat that is giving very vague and short answers and then turning questions back on people. For example, after the weekend, you meet with someone, oh, hey, how was your weekend? I'll be like, oh, good, I did a few things here and there. How was yours? So you give a little detail, but then you flip it right back on them. People love talking about themselves, so if they're comfortable, they're just gonna take it and run. Another thing is that gossip at work typically comes with emotion. It's like, oh my God, did you hear this? One of the ways to deal with that is stay calm. There's no need to match their level of excitement. Now, the last one is keep receipts. Now, that may mean that you are following up with people after meetings in person or virtual to say, hey, just wanted to write this email. This is what we discussed. If you disagree with any of my assessments, please let me know, but you have it on file. If anything were to come up, you have information, you have proof that you were not involved in certain things or this wasn't the perspective that you held, whatever it is. Always having receipts is going to protect you from any potential issues at work. For more tactics and career development support, you can go to the link in my bio to sign up for a free consultation. Give me a like, give me a follow, and good luck.
I'm a free agent now. Honestly, the job was some bullshit anyways. I was there for 3 years. They did not respect me. I went through fucking cancer and they still did not give a fuck. I'm still in fucking treatment and they still don't give a fuck. So, you know, it was just time to choose me, and I feel good. I honestly feel great. I feel like a weight has been like lifted off because I can like really focus on the things that I have been meaning to focus on, like going back to school and my content creation, just like really focusing on me again, you know, and I'm excited. Then like the way she was talking to me on the phone, like it was just, it's too much. So before I block my blessings, let me just go ahead and gracefully bow out But yeah, do not work for 10 Leasing, TEN Leasing in Atlanta, Georgia, or any of the Ohio areas. Honestly, the whole fucking company in itself is some fucking bullshit. Especially if you look like me. Honestly, don't even do it. I warned you, bitches.
This is a story time about how I was discriminated on at work for a long time, and I didn't even realize I was being discriminated until a particular situation happened. So, years back, I worked at a steel mill for a lot of years, and part of my job as a steel mill worker was I had to train people. I was what they call a department leader in my department. And so when they hired new people, my job was to train them on various machines and operations and how to set the machines up to run a product that we were trying to run. So one day the company hired a group of 4 people. One of the guys was put with me so I could train him. So every day, the guy would call me Dan, but I didn't understand why he kept calling me Dan. I would always tell him, no, my name is Damien. And this guy came like right off the gate with calling me Dan, and I never knew why until like a month later. We were sitting in the break room one day, everybody was eating. So I walked in the break room to sit down to have my lunch. Everybody was already in there eating, so I was always one of the last ones to the break room. So when I walked in the break room, everybody from different departments was in the break room. And I'd be like, what's up to this person? What's up to that person? And the guy that I had trained a month earlier was in another department. And he was like, oh, hey, Dan, how you doing? The few people at his table started laughing. I was like, yo, I've been telling you for a whole month now. My name is not Dan. My name is Damien. And so didn't realize why everybody was laughing. So after the break room, on that same day, we had a 30-minute break. The employee restroom was right outside of the break room. So as break was almost over, I went into the restroom. Another coworker had came into the restroom. After I went in there, he was like, hey, I want to tell you something. And the guy that came in the restroom was white. He said, hey, Damien, I want to tell you why that guy keeps calling you Dan. I said, well, why? Because I know I'm not good with names. When I first meet somebody, I don't remember their name until after 3 or 4 times. But I figure after a month of training this guy and working with him, he should know my name is Damien, not Dan. And it's right on my work uniform. It says Damien right on my uniform. He said the reason why he keeps calling you Dan is because he's a racist. He don't like black people. I said, oh, well, a lot of people here don't like black people, so I don't really care. He said, no, you don't understand. The reason why he keeps calling you a Dan, he's doing it on purpose. I said, okay, what is he doing on purpose by calling me Dan? He said he's actually calling you a dumb-ass ninja. It took a second for it to sink in, what had just been said to me. And after it sunk in, my anger turned into rage. And instead of me going straight to him, I just went straight to HR and I reported what he was doing. And so HR told me to record it one day of him saying it. Even though we had several witnesses of him calling me Dan, HR just needed me to just get just a small recording of him saying it. So about 2 days later, I don't know if somebody told him, but he wouldn't say it for a while, for like 2 days. So 2 days later, I go in the break room early, I'm getting a soda, I make sure I'm one of the first ones in the break room. And I had my phone in my pocket, in my uniform pocket. I had the phone turned towards me, but the record was on. He walked in and he said, hey, how you doing, Dan? And I looked at him, I said, why do you keep calling me that, man? He was like, I'm sorry, Damien. And he pointed at my shirt like, my fault. I had got him. So I took the recording to HR and I let them listen to the recording, even though I think like 4 people had signed saying that they heard him calling me Dan over and over and over repeatedly. They finally fired his butt. So if you ever in the workplace and you a brother or sister and some person just keeps calling you Dan, just know he's not making a mistake and mispronouncing your name. He's calling you a dumbass ninja. So be wary of people like that. Discrimination in the workplace, guys, is still real. There is, listen, nothing has changed. All the little signs that they put up on the wall talking about discrimination not tolerated, blah, blah, blah. That stuff is a crock, man. Discrimination is still in the workplace. Some companies still tolerate it, but a lot of companies do not tolerate it. So don't be afraid to report somebody who's being funny. The guy ended up being fired and said it was just a joke. He was just joking with me, but the company didn't find it too funny. Neither did a lot of the employees didn't find it funny either. So that's my story time on workplace discrimination. If you have a workplace discrimination, leave me a comment. I'm out.
I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.